Matt, do I need to click unmute here on
Nope.
YouTube? No, right? Bless you. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Stock Life Pre-Market Live. So no bad news over the overnight. Nothing. Futures held right. They were green just a while ago, and now they're minor red. So I would just call it break even. They're just hanging around there. And one thing that we need to understand here is when playing options, this is a range bound market which we're in, right? We notified you guys back in May. So my Stock Life notified you guys back in May at these levels that we're gonna build a range, and that's exactly what has happened, right? So the first range that has been built, right, is between 422 and above 410. This 10-point range on S&P has been built. Maybe it lasts for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, who knows? All right, so the first range is between 422, 410. What does this exactly mean? The market will not be falling. The market will be holding up. There were no bad news from Fed, even though the comments later, those are just the day-to-day comments, just what they've been doing for the last 100 years. In here, even though the market will hold up here, for example, if you guys are playing weekly options, if you guys are playing weekly options on any name, please be ready to accept zero on them, because you're basically in a casino now, walking, gambling, trying to look for charts to predict the move for the next day. The chart may look bullish, it may give a reversal candle, but even with the stock up 1 2, let's say for example, if you buy a 350 call on a stock which is trading at 345, tomorrow even if it's up $1, your option might be down. The reason being is because delta is not high enough, but then there's more theta time decay that takes away the premium which you're paying. So playing weekly options, be careful what you pay and be ready to accept them to go to zero. Your stock might even close higher for the week, and if you're out of the money option, if you're buying out of the money options, they can go to zero. And this is how sometimes counts are lost in this market. So be careful what you're buying and why you're buying it. Me, I personally recommend buying 3 to 4 weeks of time. So even if there's chop, and on your setup, when you get the move, at least you will get to break even or obviously make profits. If the stock runs, your options 3 weeks out will run also. So if you're buying 10 contracts at $1 each, for this week for $1,000, I would rather go 3 to 4 weeks out and maybe buy 5 contracts at $2 or maybe $1.50, buy 6 contracts. All right, so that the value holds. So keep that in mind. S&P is just in range. First 422 and 410. Not until it takes above 422 hold, then so until then it's just range. Nothing wrong with the chart. Is holding its levels. Tech, triple Qs, same thing, right? Is trading near all-time highs. On Qs, I want to see a 345 push and close above 345, which our tech setups look great. So when these indexes, their setups are great, then you want to see the names which are in them, and then their setups are great because that's when they run. Okay, that gives you a more confirmation. So tech is holding, right? The first range is always between 342, 344, very narrow, very small range. On a bigger time frame is 340, 344, and on a even bigger time frame is 335 and 344. All right. So tech is holding. Let's see if it can take a 345 sometime this week or maybe next week, because they might just chop this around here for some time. So 345 is the number on triple Qs. Financials, I'm still waiting on them. They're still building a range. The only range I see here right now is right here. If you guys think financials are going to do well, you can play the support level here, right? The bounce on the financial names. Just look up what financial names are trading in, for example, XLF. This is a range that has been built, 35, 36. This is the first range. In the coming weeks, a second range may be filled. So not until it takes about 35, 36, holds these levels. Until then, I don't believe in all-time highs. For now, it's just nothing but a range. It might give us a move toward 36 and then come back again at 35 in the following weeks. All right, so keep an eye on this. Energy stocks, holding better than financials, I think. Percentage-wise, it's not down a lot, right? So energy stocks doing fine, but for this, the only level that matters to me is the only one number. It's 56.50. Close above 56.50, then hold the next day for the first 1 hour, 2 hours during the day, and then maybe we can play this towards $60. All right, the names in it, or even this name alone. And then on the one setup I was looking at was a Workhorse today. Boogie had this opened on his this is Boogie's trading view I'm using, by the way, because my laptop is on an Apple. So Workhorse, great stock, right? They had a big dip from almost $40 down to 680, right? In Feb, March, April, May. So playing some these stocks sometimes they're very dangerous, but like playing options, if this stock can take about 1550, if Workhorse can take about 1550 based on the technical status, we can definitely see this move towards 1850. So it's almost a $3 move playing on options. And because it hasn't moved for the last 5 days, IV on options will be low 2 weeks out, and you can literally take those options 200, 300%. All right. So when you play names like this, it's not for to make profits 10, 20%. Usually you want to at least double your options. All right, because sometimes options that go to zero, then these plays cover them and leave you with net. Okay. So 1550 towards 1850 is my target in the coming days, but first it has to hold above 1550 on Workhorse. And then we have Triple D. Was going through my Twitter feed yesterday, saw one of the charts. I liked it, looked great. On this, the only number that matters is if it can take above 30, if it can hold above $30 for at least 1-2 hours, or even a close on daily above 30, I would play this name towards $39, $40 level. So we can catch this move right here. Right, and again, this is a type of play where an option can go from $1 to $4 same week, even more, right? Or maybe 50 cents to $3. And this is when you hit big on options on these setups, so that they cover your losses and leave you with a lot of net. But here, the only thing that matters is consistency, right? You don't want to lose $1,000 on one trade and then go in 300 in the next, because now your account is down. That you just didn't manage risk. So from the start, you want to manage your position, your sizing. You want to calculate your numbers. Stock market is not waking up at 9:20, 9:25 and start trading. You need to know your account. You need to work on your numbers and see the percentage gains, losses that have been happening in your account, right? The more you manage your trading account, the better chances that you'll stay profitable. Okay, even with bad decisions, then you'll avoid a lot of losses. Okay, Amazon. Again, first range has been built. Right here, what we need to understand is this stock ran from 3,200 to 3,450, so it gave us a nice little run, and now it's built a range between this high right here of 34 near 3,500 to 3,430. Okay, so a 70-point range is built here. This right here. A break of this range, the next range is right here, which is 3390. Okay, 3390. Below this is 3332. Okay, it should not break this, because if it breaks this, then the chart, I may even get bearish on Amazon towards 3,000. Okay, it needs to hold above 3330 now. All right. The reason you need to know your downside levels, because it helps you manage your risk, size, and the money that you have in. On Amazon, I have nothing that's expiring this week. I might end up playing a lot of Thursday, Friday. Who knows if it takes out certain levels? But for now, I'm holding my August calls and my spreads for July. Okay. And of course, if we take out 3560. 3560 and we hold this level, 3800 is likely coming, and you can make all the money that you want. And then we have Shopify, right? And what do I mean by holding levels? This stock was not able to hold above 1500, even though it gave this move all the way to 1550. A lot of people got caught here at the top thinking it was going to go up. You guys were holding options. I got some DMs, options which were bought at 40 bucks, even 50 bucks, and they were trading at 90 at one time. You guys did not take your profits. You know, so here it has given a lot of sellers above here. Above 1500, there's a lot of selling pressure, and the range on this stock is all the way towards 1260. This can easily come all the way down here, right? First range is 1370, 1380, which is highly likely is going to test. Unless they come up with some crazy news, tech holds up, rips, it goes up. But the only number that matters on Shop now is 1550, 1550 plus hold at least for a week or two. Okay, this stock ran from 1,000. So from 1,000 in less than a month, almost a little more than a month, in 5 weeks to 1,500. That's 50% increase on equity on Shop in 5 to 6 weeks. Okay, so keep that in mind. So give it some time, let it breathe. If you're holding long positions, you're up, I would cut my profits. And Twilio has some nice upgrades today. So this is one name that you want to keep an eye on for the coming days, right? But again, buying this name, I would not buy weeklies unless you catch the right move, fine, you'll make money. I would buy at least 3 weeks out, and I would probably buy spreads, right? Because if it takes out 370, it has some nice upgrades. If it takes out 370, right, and holds here for a day or two, it might even break 370 and then test back right here. Like, know these chart patterns which form. This chart pattern has formed on many stocks in the last 6 months. Check it out, see what it did, right? It gives you a better idea of the movement that may happen. So above 370 hold for a few days, I can play this name probably to upside towards 400, which is 30-point move, right? So keep an eye on this name. It might even make a big move. You might not even get a chance to get in. That's fine. Let it go higher. Then you get the opportunities here to play. Okay. So options, there are always opportunities to play. If you miss a play, don't worry. Let it go. Let it set up. All right. Just like if you missed shop, for example, that's fine. Let it set up for a few days, 1-2 weeks. You will get another opportunity to play it. And yeah, so that's it, guys. The market is bullish. There's nothing major. We have Powell, Fed speakers. Their comments sometimes move the market a little up and down. Sometimes even the market, when it's holding up, is bullish. You guys think the market is going down. Why? Because your options are going down. You're losing time decay. You're losing premium. But the market is holding up. So you need to understand when buying option, what options to buy and why you're buying it. And if you're playing weekly options and if you have a $10,000 cash count, if you're putting in anything more than $300 into weekly options, you are not managing your numbers. You have no idea what risk management is. You're going in with 1,000 on a $10,000 cash count, unless you've been trading for many years. Is a different story. But otherwise, keep as much cash you can in your account, because on these runs, if you make good plays, trust me, $300 options will take your account a long way. Okay. So with that, we'll finish it. We'll see you guys back in the chat, and manage your accounts, manage your profits. Not every day is a trading day. Look for great setups. Watch the indexes when they reverse, because that's when they're likely to run. And yes, Home Depot I'll go over, which we added yesterday. It's holding all the levels. I'm not worried. I bought a few weeks out, so even if it tests back, my options might even go red on me. I'm not worried. Okay, because you have to expect some downside also when going into positions. You're not just going to catch the straight upside. Okay, but as long as it's holding above 305, I'm not worried about my position. Yes, options might be cut down in half, who knows, but that isn't, but that's part of options though. So as long as it's holding above 305, I will not be worried about my position for coming July, because it's eventually just going to make a one big move towards 310, 312, and leave me with my profits. Okay, and with this we'll end it, guys. See you guys back in the chat. Manage your risk, manage your accounts.